Hello and welcome to another episode of Cape and Cowl Unlimited. I'm your host Alex Burns and I'm joined with Stephen Carter.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Yeah.
Thought I'd be polite and ask.
Yeah, thanks.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Nice, excellent. 2016 is upon us, man. We're excited though. There's so much going on. We're breaking down what we're excited about coming out this year, and big part of that is the video games that we've got. Some awesome stuff coming out, man. And to kick off our list, we're going with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Looks pretty boss. So this is from Guerrilla Games, same dudes who've rocked up with the sort of mostly well-received Killzone franchise. It's gotten better as it's gone along. Certainly the latest entry in the series was pretty sweet, but
Yeah.
this is a studio that's renowned for just making spectacular games, pushing new hardware to the point where it's just, you know, they try and show what next gen can do.
I was going to say they like the next gen sort of stuff, don't they?
Sometimes they lie about it, like with, I think Killzone 2 was it, or 3?
The one
they
that
had
came
that
out on
E3 trailer, and it was unbelievable. You know, I'm sure you guys know what we're talking about. But this one, you hope they've done another gameplay trailer where they're like, all of this was captured on the PlayStation 4 hardware.
Yeah, the developer model.
Yeah, and hopefully it will come out looking as good as it does, because it's awesome. It's not a first-person shooter; it's a departure. It's another post-apocalyptic world. We seem to really enjoy playing through those.
Yep.
Huge open world, and you really dug the dinosaur robots.
Yeah. No, it is, generally, I mean, the trailer seemed to be really eye-popping, really, when it came to it. The combat between the dinosaurs, obviously, you know, hiding behind rocks and they're blowing up and things like that. It's very slickly done.
Interesting to see if Guerrilla Games can pull off a different sort of gameplay. There is a stealth orientated sort of Monster Hunter type gameplay where you're dealing with enemies that are much larger than you think, sort of Shadow of the Colossus and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it just looks incredible. It's something we're really excited about. We don't know too many details. It's got a really good looking heroine figure in it. She looks really cool. Huge step up, big deal. A lot resting on it as it's a PS4 exclusive. So yeah, can't wait for that one. Next one on the list though, man, is a follow up to a game you weren't too crazy about.
Yeah, I mean, Deus Ex.
Mankind Divided.
Yeah. Many of us will remember Human Revolution, and sometimes it was great. It was played out like it was sort of like this world where you can make all these infinite choices on how you can infiltrate places and how you can end the game as well. And it seemed a bit it didn't seem very fluid to me.
Didn't live up the hype for a lot of people. I think it was one of those, you either loved it or you were meh. You didn't hate it, you were just meh. But on the positives, Human Revolution created a fantastic looking open world. Not in terms of
the story
graphics,
was good,
but stylized, and like they're telling a really interesting story about the future of, you know, modern medicine, really replacing damaged limbs and
doing the whole augmentation thing.
Our reliance on machines, and plus Adam Jensen, he's just a great protagonist. He's like friggin' Batman, Solid Snake, and Robocop.
His voice of gravel.
Yeah, gravelly voice. That's how you get me on side, man. You have a little bit of, I'm Adam Jensen. And then, you know, he's got robot arms. He's shooting, like, friggin' blades out of his arms. I actually played through the first game without killing anyone, so I was always a bit at odds with his character when he ended those boss fights just by maliciously murdering people. Yeah, but those boss fights sucked. But the reason we're excited about Mankind Divided is it looks like it's addressing all those gripes from the first game. The gameplay footage we've seen, it looks fantastic. It looks more fluid, it's less stiff, it's still that first person mixing in with some third person elements, and it's telling that corporate futuristic espionage stories that are always gripping if a little bit convoluted. And you know, it's Blade Runner vibes, man. You've got to love something like that. So really excited. Number 4 on our list. And if we're rolling up with what's to come next, it's Final Fantasy 15. I'm pretty sure this has been on like the most anticipated list for a lot of outlets for the past 4 years.
Quite a lot,
it just seems like it's getting pushed back, but it looks like this is the year, finally, 2016.
Hopefully.
Final Fantasy 15. And hopefully a return to form for the franchise. You weren't so keen on 13.
No.
It was a bit too linear. Like the Final Fantasy games have always kind of all that they've been open world. They've given you the illusion it's open world. They have sort of, even the earlier ones, 7, 8, and that. It's been kind of linear, straightforward, but they gave you the opportunity for freedom. Final Fantasy 13 didn't open its gates till about 40 hours into the game. It looks like this one it's got that open world environment. Straight away you're on a road trip with like 4 buddies, and the combat system looks great. You enjoyed like what you saw of that.
Yes, yeah, indeed. No, it looks more intuitive. I mean,
Yeah.
like especially with the older games, especially with the role play and everything like that. That's what kind of turned me off with those sort of RPG games. Anyway, kind of almost taking turns to do a fight and things. But
sort of
this one seems a bit
turn-based.
better.
Yeah. So I mean, we're looking forward to seeing it. It looks amazing as they always do, and it's just hopefully it ticks all the boxes and it rights some of the wrongs where the franchise has been headed in the last couple of years. Next one though, you're not too keen on this one again, but I mean, Legend of Zelda, man, for Wii U, it's Zelda.
It's kind of going the opposite way for me, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
it
like
is.
we're going down the list rather than going up.
He's getting less excited. I'm getting more excited. You can see who kind of wins majority of the arguments here. But it's Legend of Zelda. It's finally bringing it up to looking as good as the rest of the games out. We look like we're getting next gen Legend of Zelda. It's open world.
Yep. Yeah. It's coming up on a platform that really is desperate for something good to come out, to be honest.
Well,
the Wii U's not really had the best of starts. It's like with a lot of Nintendo's systems. They always come out with all these revolutionary ways of integrating and stuff like that, and it never kicks off. It started with the Wii.
And they hit big then, but they haven't really progressed since then. Which is why there are rumours about whether this Legend of Zelda is going to hit on their next big console, because they're talking about they've got something in the works which is more powerful than the PS4 and Xbox. There's all this hullabaloo about it's going to make the life cycle of the PS4 and the Xbox One shorter. I don't know if I want that to happen, but it'll be interesting to see if it does, and also if Legend of Zelda.
It's kind of a thing of I'll see it when I believe it, sort of thing.
But it looks great. I mean, we're just excited to see a more open world, a more next gen experience, something where sometimes Nintendo have a tendency to ignore all the Western progressions in video games and, concentrate on the Japanese market, just because they haven't needed to change too much up, but it's come to the point where there's so many open world games. Yeah. Zelda doesn't feel unique anymore in a wider marketplace. So if they can combine what makes Zelda so special with more
it's almost harking back to the game they had on the 64, really. That was a little bit more open world,
exactly.
Wasn't it?
But it was that's one of my favourite games of all time, for sure. But yeah, you're just looking at creating an open world. It just seems to be, I know it's not easy, but it's massive. It's a bigger deal now. So you just stand out in that crowd, you've got to be doing something special, and it looks amazing. It looks beautiful, and I can't wait for it. But we come to number one, man, and this one, he's in agreement. He's in agreement on this one. So Uncharted 4: A Thief's End.
Yes, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. I've been a close follower of the series with Nathan Drake and his exploits. I
love them. I've played through those games dozens of times. I got the remastered collection. Yeah. Crushing. I'm trying it on brutal. It's fairly brutal, but I love
like the name suggests.
Yeah, exactly. But it's such a rewarding gameplay, and it's one of those online games where the multiplayer I'm actually good at because you're good in the game. If I go on COD, I suck at COD. I'm just like I walk through a door and I get blown up. But it feels a bit. It's one of the fairer sort of multiplayers I've ever played. And I've done a few. But Indiana Jones style adventure. We love the swash. We love the buckle. We love the investigating the hidden tombs. It
just seems more intuitive. I mean, with the gameplay footage that has been released since E3, it seems a lot more intuitive. I love the whole hook thing, just swinging around like Batman / Spider-Man sort of thing.
I did some testing in the beta because you get the beta test in the Uncharted. And the multiplayer there, it just feels so much more fluid, so dynamic. The movements. I mean, it's always been a game that's had excellent movement. Like it feels like natural the way you're moving around, and it's interesting to play this one. Just how far it's come. If they just refine the formula from those previous 3 games, it's a 10 already. And the fact that Naughty Dog don't settle just for doing that. No, they'll tell a fantastic story. You've got Nolan North coming back. Sully and Elena. They're back as well. Troy Baker's doing a voice of Nathan's brother.
Yes.
So there's too much to love about this.
Bit of mystery about that character.
Yeah, is he a good guy? Well, is he a bad guy? We don't know.
You never know. With Uncharted, he could turn out
murky
to be the
waters of the Uncharted family tree and all that jazz.
Yeah,
but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be another epic year, it looks, in terms of video gaming, and we can't wait to get stuck in. We'll let you know our thoughts on all of these as they come to approach their release. For all the latest news on these, check out capeandcow.co.uk. But for now, like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.